Stop number 17 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Sonoma, California, in the wine country for the second road course stop on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour, as we are here for the running of the Fram Autolite 300K, as we are set for 17 laps of action on this 2.52-mile road course. So this is the IndyCar version of Sonoma, by the way, with the long carousel part of the course there, not where you go from straight from turn 4 and have the chute on there. No. This is the long Sonoma course we're running here today. So let's get to the start line for this. So let's get to the start line for the lineup for the second road course stop on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour. On the pole, the man who won the last time we were on the road course, Keith Batson, car 28, Texaco Haviland Ford. And he'll be alongside Kyle Matthews, number 42, the Coors Light Silver Bullet Pontiac. His win this season came at Rockingham. Row 2 has two-time winner this season, Jessica Shelton, number 94, the McDonald's Ford. Her wins came at Dover and again at the last race of the tour at Michigan. She'll be alongside Charles Stanford, car number 24, the DuPont Chevrolet. Third row has Joshua Collar, number 43, the STP Pontiac, and William Brock, number 4, the Kodak Film Chevrolet. Fourth row is Dylan Young, and number 2, the Miller Lite Ford. He almost won the last race on the tour at Michigan. Almost got past it, coming to the white flag in that race at Michigan. But he'll start 7th here today. Starting alongside of him is Zachary Fitzwater, number 9, the Spam Milling Ford. 10th row will have 5th row, we'll have Dylan Poteet, number 22, in the MBNA Pontiac, and Quentin Moore, the Daytona 500 champion in the Sitco Ford, car number 21. 6th row is Johnny Gardner, number 16, the Family Channel Prime Star Ford. He'll be alongside Cole Beaver in the GM Goodwin Chevrolet, car number 3. Next row down has Phil Parker, number 5, the Kellogg's Cornflake Chevrolet. He's on the outside of the row. Inside of him will be Preston Plord, 3-time winner of the season in the Interstate Battery Chevrolet, car number 18. Oh, fudge. Yeah. Next row down, we'll have car number 75, Jesse Turner in the Remington Arms Ford, and Seth Cole, the winner at Martinsville this season, the RCA Ford, car number 98. Next row down is Josh Osborne, number 87, the Burger King Chevrolet. His win this season came at the 600 at Charlotte. He'll be alongside Levi McIntyre from the Excite SKF Ford, car number 99. He's on the outside. Next one down, Mike Becker, number 44, the Hot Wheels Chevrolet, or Hot Wheels Pontiac, yeah. His win this season came at Atlanta. And he'll be flanked by Becca Tellier and the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Next row down has Trent Dunham, number 1, the Pennzoil Chevrolet, the winner this season at Darlington and Texas. And he'll be alongside Jay Jefferson, number 90, the Halleck Myers Ford. Next row down has number 23, Paul Minnick, and number 7, Jonathan Zorlin. Next row down has Kat Batson, number 88, the Texaco Haviland Ford, and beside her will be the Square D Ford of Jason Haywood. Next row down has Tony Green, number 33, and Rob Evans, number 12. Next row down has Nicholas Wade in car 26, the Quaker State Ford, and Zach Winkle, the winner at Talladega, in this John Deere Ford, number 97. Next row down is Ryan Brommer, the number 17 Western Auto Parts America Ford. This time sponsoring sporting the retro Darrell Walter Budweiser colors from 84 to 86. He'll be alongside Peter Onjack in number 41, the Kodiak Chevrolet. Next row down has Carter Friesen, 71, the Olive Garden Ford Chevrolet, and beside him will be the Lowe's Ford, car number 11 of Ashland Boyd. Next row down has Vince Almaringo, number 10, the Tide Ford, and the U.S. Air Jasper Engines Federal Mogul Ford, number 77 of Diego Yepes. Next row down, Ryan George, number 15, the Quality Care Services Ford, and beside him, Austin Colano, and the Kmart Little Caesars Energizer Ford, car number 37.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Fans again, the party engines have been racing here today. Ben Crouch at number 25 and Daniel Bouchard number 30 has the next to the last row, and then the final row will be And the final starter, of course, will be Sean Arden, number 13. As you see the field rolling off pit roads, actually rolling across the start-finish line to complete to be on their pace up. So we'll be back on the starter race right after this. Back at Sonoma, California, in the running of the Fram Autolite 300, as the pace car's lights are off. I should say. I think they're yep. Pace car's lights are off as we're heading on to the front stretch. Getting set for green flag racing here as Keith Batson and Kyle Matthews are leading down. Green flag is out, and we are underway here at Sonoma. And what a start Kyle Matthews got, number 42, as he'll take the early lead with Charles Sanford in second position. Those two, by the way, carrying in-car cameras in today's event, as is Jessica Shelton. And poor Keith Batson, of course, who had the pole for this race here, and it looks like he had looks like he's going to lead the first lap in this race here. It looks like, and that outside lane for some reason is the lane to start on at Sonoma. It seems like, because the outside lane always seems to shoot up to the front. So it seems like the outside pole sitter has the advantage, because obviously you go from the outside lane to the inside lane once you get to the S's, or once you get into turn 1A and turn 2. But they do go through one of the two hairpins, and of course it's turn number 7, and now they come down through the S part of the course. It's Matthews out in front, then Sanford in second position, and then Batson third. Fourth is William Brock. Fifth is now Jessica Shelton. Then Fitzwater 6th. 7th position is Collard. 8th right now is Quentin Moore. 9th is Cole Deaver, and 10th position is Dylan Young. And heading down for turn number 11, and that's another slow part of the course. And they go through the first lap without any problems. Kyle Matthews leads the first lap of the race here. He has not yet won on a road. Actually, my mistake. I think he actually has won on a road course in this series before, but it's been a long time since he last did. But I know for sure he has never won here at Sonoma, and he would like to change that here today. Riding with Charles Sanford, number 24. He runs right now as the second place driver. Riding, and then you see the leader just up ahead of him is Kyle Matthews as they go down through turn 6. That's where Sanford's at right now. Up to about 145 miles an hour in third gear as they go into turn 7. And going through there at about 44 miles per hour through there as they come down, as now they go to the S's part of the course. And got to play with the throttle just a little bit going through this area here. Turn number 9 right there. Right there's turn 10. And here they come, hard on the brakes. Oh, baby, here we go. Turn 11. And down to 37 miles an hour in first gear through turn number 11. You notice they were in first gear through turn 7 as well. Now they go on the front stretch. One of the brief straightaways we got here on this course, and up in about third gear at about 125 miles per hour before you get into turn 2. And they go through there at about second gear, about first gear right there to turn 2. And down to about maybe 50 miles per hour through that part of the course here. Now they go through the S. Now they go through turn 3 and 3A. Now they go through turn 4. So I tell you what, this road course here at Sonoma will definitely wear out your shifting glove. That is for sure. And of course, a course like this here at Sonoma, as twisty and turny as it is very hard on engines, brakes, and transmissions. Especially on transmissions, because they do shift a lot on this course here at Sonoma. We gave you the top 5 running. Gave you the top 10 cars already. Top 10 sprinter status quo. There's Dylan Young in 10th. There's the other Dylan Pote, running in 11th position right now. The MBNA Pontiac. Bill Parker running in 12th place. 13th is Seth Cole. 14th is Preston Plord. Johnny Gardner chasing him in 15th. 16th is now Mike Becker. Jesse Turner 17th. 18th is Joshua Osborne. 19th is Levi McIntyre. Trent Dunham right now currently runs in 20th position. Paul Minnick in 21st position. 22nd right now is Kat Batson. Going 23rd is Becca Tellier. 24th is Tony Green right now, as he's gotten around Jason Haywood. 25th right now is where Haywood's right now, is actually in 25th. 26th is Jay Jefferson. 27th is Jonathan Sorlin. Right behind him, Nicholas Wade in 28th in the 26 machine. 29th right now is Rob Evans. 30th is Zach Winkle. 31st is Ryan Brommer. 32nd is Peter Onjack. 33rd is Carter Friesen. Austin Colano right now is 34th position. 35th is Ryan George. 36th, Daniel Bouchard. 37th is Sean Ard. 38th, Diego Yepes, as he tries to hold up Vince Almarego in 39th. 40th is Ben Crouch. And Ashland Boyd is already out of the race right there. He, as his number 11 Lowe's Ford suffered a header problem on the Lowe's Ford. So in all intents and purposes, an engine failure on the Lowe's Ford of Ashland Boyd. About to complete the 4th lap here at Sonoma. We'll have 13 to go. Still a lot of racing left to go, as Kyle Matthews is showing the way right now, leading the Fram Autolite 300. Matthews with our rear bumper cam on the Coors Light Silver Bullet. You notice Matthews was in first gear for until he got into about almost into turn 6. Up to third gear he goes, up to about 145 miles an hour, and just like compared to how he drives at Sonoma, and just like Sanford, as you see right there in front of him, as you see on the front view of his car. There he is, as there's Matthews right there on the 42 car, as he now brakes a little bit for the 10th turn. And now hard on the brakes for the 11th turn, as you see him negotiate the turn down about 36 miles an hour in Matthews' case. Three different makes in the top 3 spots. Pontiac first, Chevrolet second, and a Ford in third. Right now, then you got a Chevrolet in fourth, Ford in 5th position, actually a Ford in 5th and 6th, and another Pontiac in 7th. That's Joshua Collard, who had a great run at Riverside, finishing 5th in that event. Quentin Moore running in 8th place again in the Citgo Ford. 9th is still Cole Deaver, as he tries to hold off Dylan Young for position. And now Young is actually about to feel the heat from his buddy Dylan Pote. View from Jessica Shelton's view, number 94 to McDonald's Ford, and what a drive she had at Michigan the last race on the tour, as she had the here Running right there behind William Brock in the number 4 car. As Shelton, of course, got up to second with 2 laps to go in that race in Michigan. And Dylan Young was not passed all day until coming to the white flag when Shelton snookered him on the final lap of the coming to the white flag, and then held off Young on the last lap of that event and took the win there. So she added that win to her Dominator winning at Dover. And right now dropping back just a little bit here to Sonoma. Right now she is running a solid 5th at the moment, as she tries to get around the number 4 car of William Brock, running right now, matching his car number matches his position right now. He's running in 4th place at the moment. Good look at Shelton's car right there. It's running right behind her is Zachary Fitzwater. He now tries to hold off Joshua Collar, 2 of the international drivers in the field. Fitzwater, of course, I think he's from Australia. I'm not sure, to be honest. One in the car behind him, I know, is from another country. Joshua Collar, we call him the Jelly Old Brit in this series, and he actually truly is truly is British, obviously. So Collard running around 7th position at the moment. Then King Richard Petty Colors, as he looking good at the moment. Keith Batson, who basically had the same setup he ran at Riverside with, where that car hauled in that event. Not a bad run so far right now for Batson, running 3rd place at the moment. He did start from the pole in that event, and unfortunately, the outside lane got the jump on him with Matthews and Charles Sanford. But Batson right now doing what he needs to be doing right now to trying to gain points right now. He runs in 3rd place at the moment. He is close. I think Batson may be in the top 10. I'm actually not sure, to be honest. But of course, that Riverside race, he dominated and won the event. So Batson does have a win this season. But this is the man they're all chasing right now, Kyle Matthews, as he has completed 7 laps in the event, with 7 down and 10 laps to go. 10 laps don't seem like much though, but here at Sonoma it is a long time. The lap times here about a minute and a half here at Sonoma. Take you through the field here as they're running right now. The fast lap of the race right now being recorded by, of course, our leader, Kyle Matthews, at 92.5 miles an hour. Laps here about the same as they are as we saw him earlier in the season at Martinsville. And of course, that's a short track on the circuit, one of the shortest of the tracks, I should say, on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour. Some battles on the racetrack right there. Peter on, Jack in 32nd position up ahead of Carter Friesen in 71. Ryan Brommer running the retro Budweiser Darrell Waltrip cars. He'll be driving the Tide Retro cars at the Pepsi 400 at Daytona, which, by the way, there'll be several special schemes for that event right there. Actually, there'll be a couple as I know of. There. Brommer running that the Tide's Darrell Waltrip scheme in that event, and of course also Jessica Shelton running the Mac Tonight special at Daytona in the 400, and I think also so. Yeah, you really can't tell what schemes you'll see when we get to the Pepsi 400. That's going to be an interesting. That's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens. Paul Minnick right now running in 22nd position as he leads this pack of cars, involving him and Becca Tellier. Speaking of KAB Enterprises, there is Kat Batson, the 88, the Texaco Haviland Ford, as she tries to catch up with the pack of cars that's being caboosed by Trent Dunham in the 1 car running in 20th position. Up ahead, Levi McIntyre in 19th, Joshua Osborne in 18th. 17th is Jesse Turner. 16th right now is Mike Becker. 15th, Johnny Gardner. 14th, Preston Plord. 3-time winner of the season. Seth Cole running in 13th. 12th is Phil Parker. There he is in the 5 car. Behind the 22 of Dylan Pote in 11th. So basically every car here is single file at the moment here at Sonoma. So looking like doesn't look like much racing happening here. You see, look at Cole Deaver's car, number 3, the GM Goodrich Chevrolet. Cole, a 2-time winner this season. His wins both came on short tracks at Bristol, and then again at North Wilkesboro. So, and of course, Deaver, one of I think 4 drivers that have won back-to-back races this season. And of course, the Ford has done so. Trent Dunham did it first at Darlington in Texas. Then the next 2 after that would be Bristol and North Wilkesboro. That's the 2 that Cole Deaver took. And then we had, and then the third and last driver to go back to back was Preston Plord, winning at Auto Club and again at Richmond. So that's basically how this season has gone so far. 3 drivers have won back-to-back races. And the one driver that's got a chance to do so right now would be Jessica Shelton, who won it at Michigan. But unfortunately for her, she is falling back in 5th position at the moment. Falling back interval-wise, I should say, not position-wise. But as she's still trying to chase down William Brock in the 4 car, but right now trying to hold off the 9 car, Zachary Fitzwater, who right now rides in 6th place. And it's Fitzwater giving that spam milling car a very good ride right now. In fact, Fitzwater's runs have been very solid these last several races, believe it or not, as he is has yet to win a race. He's yet to win a race. So he came awfully close at Pocono a couple races ago, but nonetheless, he has been running very strong right now, as he has been the last several races. As you see him trying to close up on Shelton, who tries to close up on the 4 car of William Brock. So we got a 3-way battle going on. Actually, a 4-way battle, excuse me, for the 4th position. There is the man who occupies that spot right now, the 4th position in car number 4, William Brock, the Kodak Film Chevy. He sits right now coming in. He came in this race sitting, I believe, 3rd in the standings coming in. So Brock is not won a race yet, but he's been pretty solid as well in that Morgan McClure entry. Brock did have a win last season that came at Auto Club Speedway. So, but that bunch of cars is actually being losing ground to this man. Keith Batson runs 3rd position at the moment as he's trying to keep up with both Kyle Matthews and Charles Samper, who continues to run away with the show right now. As Matthews this time by will be seeing 5 laps to go here at Sonoma. There's the Charles Sanford's machine, the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet. He has our front bumper cam. So rear bumper cam from Matthews' car. Here's the front bumper cam from Charles Sanford's machine. Sanford, of course, the native of Southern California. 2 races he's run on. This is the 3rd, and I think the last race will be running on this in the state of California. And Sanford right now has been top 5 both times we've been into California. 3rd place at Auto Club Race Speedway, and also a 4th, I believe, at Riverside. So Charles has done well so far in his home state. And of course, he would like to get a win here at Sonoma. And of course, to do that, nothing personal. And I'm sure for him, nothing personal against Kyle Mendes. He'd like to see, he'd like to close up on him, obviously, and try to make a challenge for the lead. But right now, he is, unfortunately for Charles, he's a second back right now of Matthews, which is not much. And that's what a second looks like from the in-car camera, or from Charles's point of view, I should say. In this threesome, in the second pack of cars, they're behind this threesome. It's actually 5 seconds behind. And, yeah, fourth place. William Brock is actually 5.07 seconds back of 3rd place Keith Batson at the moment. Four laps to go for Kyle Matthews in the number 42 machine. There you see the view from the copter cam. That's about one second looks like distance wise between Matthews and Sanford. Sanford trying to close right in just a little bit as they come off the 6th turn, and part of this part of the course right there is actually a drag strip at Sonoma coming off the 6th turn. And yes, this is actually a multi-purpose facility. They actually have the road course right here we're running on right now. Also a drag strip, of course, where the NHRA runs there at one of their events, as well as a driving school, I believe, at Sonoma as well. I think that's where the Bob Bondurant driving school is at too. I'm not sure, to be honest. But Kyle Matthews right now holding his own for the moment, as Charles Sanford is apparently closing in on a little bit on Matthews as the end rolls this time by. Oh, and he has closed tremendously. It's at the moment it's down from 1.05 to just 0.67 seconds. So Matthews, I'm sure, took it just a little bit too leisurely that lap. And last week indicated that 91.7 to 92.0 for both Sanford and Batson. And those two guys know that Batson and Sanford both know that there's 3 laps to go. And time is running out. 4th position, of course, still Brock. 5th is still Shelton. 6th is still Fitzwater. Is the top 10 basically still status quo, still being anchored by Dylan Young in 10th position. So the rest of the running orders at right now, the rest of the top 20: Poteet, Parker, Cole, Lord, Gardner, Becker, Turner, Osborne, McIntyre, and Dunham. That's the top 20 at the moment. And Sanford closing up just a little bit as he tries to keep on the back bumper of Matthews. Let's see what happens. Let's see what the interval is this time by. It was 0.67 seconds the last time by. And Sanford lost a little bit that time by 0.73 seconds now. His lap speed at 91.949 miles per hour. Matthews at 92.001. In fact, Batson was faster than faster than both of them at 92.175. His closed the interval between first and third to a second and a half, but it's still quite a bit to make up here in the last lap and 3/4 we're on right now. There's 4, 5, and 6 on your screen. 7th position right there, Collard. Down through the S as they come here. Kyle Matthews knows he'll see the white flag this time by. Looking for his second victory of the season. He, as I said, won this season in the second race on the tour at Rockingham in the Goodwrench 400. Matthews breaks for turn 11 here. Sanford tries to close up a little bit, but Matthews apparently is pulling ahead just a little bit off the 11th turn. Let's see what happens. The white flag waves for Kyle Matthews. He has 1 lap to go. Interval now grown to about a full second between those two drivers. And of course, road course racing, it's all about hitting your marks, and that's what Matthews is trying to do perfectly here. Hitting your marks on the track, hitting your shift points, and everything else. So, and thank goodness for these drivers here. They only go through this road course racing and shifting lessons here for about 3 races this season, and of course for season, and of course we hope, and of course we are hoping also there's going to be a roll at Charlotte coming out for NR, obviously, and if that's the case, and if it passes the test, we may have a 4th road course racing of the season possibly, if the Roval at Charlotte is added for NR. Kyle Matthews now rounds to the 10th turn. He's got 2 turns left to go, including that very hard-braking turn line which he's going through right now. Sanford tries to close up just a little bit, but it's not. He's too far behind. Off the 11th turn they come here, down through turn 12. And he will do it. Kyle Matthews wins the Fram Autolite 300 at Sonoma. Matthews wins the race here. Sanford second. Third will go to Keith Batson. Fourth will go to William Brock. Fifth to Jessica Shelton. Sixth place will go to Zachary Fitzwater. Joshua Collard 7th. Quentin Moore a solid 8th today. Cole Deaver 9th, and Dylan Young runs out the top 10. So averaging 92.075 miles per hour, caution-free at Sonoma. Kyle Matthews gets his 2nd victory of the season as he wins the Fram Autolite 300 at Sonoma. Rest of the finishing order for you. Dylan Poteet comes home in 11th. Bill Parker 12th. Seth Cole 13th. Preston Plord 14th, Johnny Gardner 15th, Mike Becker 16th, Jesse Turner 17th, Joshua Osborne 18th, Levi McIntyre 19th, Trent Dunham 20th, 21st to Cat Batson, 22nd to Paul Minnick, Becca Tellier 23rd, Tony Green 24th, Jason Haywood 25th, Rob Evans, Jonathan Zorlin, and Nicholas Wade the top 28. Then the rest of the finishing order here, Zach Winkle, 29th. Ryan Brommer finished rounds out the top 30. Carter Friesen, Peter Onjak, Ryan George, Austin Colano, Daniel Bouchard, Sean Ard, Diego Yepes, Vince Almarigo, Ben Crouch, and Jay Jefferson was the last finisher of the race. All of them on the lead lap. Ashland Boyd, unfortunately for him, had a header problem, and he will end up finishing dead last. But of course, the header problem is for all intents and purposes an engine failure on the Lowe's Ford car number 11. So that's the story from Sonoma, California. Here, if you'd like to see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got interesting gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires for his channel. And please be sure to check out Seth's Last of Us Light series, the Coors Light Truck series, the Pizza Hut X series, and the Hershey's Cup series. Please be sure to check those races out. And also, please be sure to check out Michael Norman's Budweiser All Pro series, which is also on the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. And of course, also, if you want to be part of if you also want to be a part of the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup series, we got a link to the channel that the person that does that series, and of course would be user ThrashManiac99 does the Marvel Studios Cup series, and we got a link to his channel on the description. And please be sure to check out his stuff as well. Here, and I'll guarantee you their races are a whole heck of a lot better than what I have to offer. So anyway, that's the story again from Sonoma, California. 2 road course races down and 1 to go. That'll be at Watkins Glen later on in the season. But next up on the tour will be at Daytona for the Pepsi 400, a Midsummer Classic. And so this 7 races are down and actually halfway home here this season. As congratulations once again to Kyle Matthews, the winner of the Fram Autolite 300. And for now, this is James Clausen, member of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best.